What is up, boys and girls? Empire Steve back with you yet again. Today is Saturday. It is the 7th of January. So I'm going to go over today a few things that I've been working on in the background for a couple of weeks now. And it's just basically these two indicators that I found. Once I started learning the ICT 2022 mentorship and going through that, I started to look for some things that could line up with the ICT setups that, just to kind of like give you a bigger picture. Obviously, using his method is going to be the best if you're doing everything by hand. I would say the reason why I started looking for indicators was because, yes, I trade and I'm looking at the charts all day long. However, I do work. I do have a job. I work from home, fortunately for me, but I like to be able to look to the side when I'm, while I'm working and check out the charts. And this helps me paint a little bit bigger of a picture instead of just constantly looking at the charts, right? So that's why I look for certain indicators. So I'm going to show you these indicators. So I'm going to remove them from my list, remove indicators, and we're going to go through them together. So the first one is going to be ICT. Just type in ICT session. You don't even need to, it's going to come up. It's this Leon Sholo one. You're going to want to give it this little heart or favorite, whatever you want to call it, and then you're going to click on it and it brings that up. And then we are going to look for ICT fair value gap, and it's by this LM, and you're going to want to do the same thing right here. Give it a little favorite, and then poof, there you go. But we're going to want to change. I'm not going to change this kill zone one at all. I'm going to leave it just as it is. But you can change it. You can go through those settings all you want. But this one right here, I'm going to change. And the reason for that is because it only gives you 5. And I want to see more than that. So I'm going to bring this box count up to 10. So there's that. And everything else I'm going to leave the same. Not going to change anything else. I'm just going to hit OK. So yes, when you're looking at this, it looks like there's a lot of stuff on your screen, right? And I get that. It definitely looks like a lot. This is the London session, the kill zone area for the timing, that is, and this is the New York session, and this is the overnight London session, I believe, or overnight. Here, actually, let's just look at it real quick together, because I honestly don't know. So this 2 is the Asian zone, actually. So this 2015 area is the Asian. So here to here, but I guess it must overlap. I'm not sure why it's all green and yellow, but that's neither here nor there. I'm never going to use the Asian one. I only trade. I will look for trades at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. That's New York. I will look for trades. I don't always trade them. It has to be like a good setup, and obviously no news, because we know what happens when you trade news. You get crushed, right? Sometimes you might get a nice move during news, but that's all pure luck. Trust me, it's all pure luck, because those algos don't want you to. Yeah, even if you win today, next time, trust you're not going to win. So I don't even trade the news. I have definitely been destroyed when I do trade the news. So this other this ICT fair value gap LM. So I'll go back to the settings like that. You can do the same thing. You can mess around and change this stuff because I'm not really quite sure what it means. So it might change it to, like, I don't know. So it was on 28. I'm not going to mess with it. Oh, that takes away. Oh, this must change the ATR multiplier. That's interesting. Let's go to 2.5 and see what it does. Well, I'm going to leave it right there because this lines up perfectly with what I wanted to explain. So, and you can kind of just ignore. This is Fridays. We're just going to go over Friday real fast and what happened in the market. So we had news at 8:30. I was not trading. This is the non-farm payroll. And then there was more news at 10. That news at 10 didn't really do much. So here's your non-farm payroll. Market moves up, creates this big, huge wick. We came back, and look where we bounced, right on this fair value gap. So the bottom of this candle to the right of this big move. So the bottom, that's the very top of this fair value gap. And then this right here, the candle to the left of this large candle that created this gap. That's the top of the it actually, I don't know if it really, oh yeah, I guess it does. So this is a fair value gap. And then you can see here it is, price moves up. This is that 8:30 news. Market's trying to, I like to wait for the market to settle. Market opens up at 9:30, so it opens up here. And intraday market, I like to wait until the market has been open for 5 to 10 minutes before I start looking for trades. And then what happens? We come right into this fair value gap. We don't go below it. You can see we don't go below it. And then we move up. And we move up the rest of the day. Now, one issue that I find with this ICT fair value gap indicator is it does not catch all of the fair value gaps. So you get a little bit of practice and do your own. This will kind of help you out. This is a monster fair value gap. This would have been a nice play. Trade comes in, it goes up, create all these fair value gaps. We never dip back below any of these, and price moves up. Yes, it's not like that's over 20 points, so that's a great move. And then you have this fair value gap here that we created, and this is very interesting. We come, look at how many times we bounce off of this fair value gap. Check it out. Boom. So it does not catch every fair value gap, but if you are like me and you only look for just a few trades per day, and I don't really like to trade late in the day. I find that when I trade late in the day, whether it's power hour or whatnot, that it doesn't just, my win-loss isn't always the best. But when I'm only looking for, the best possible setups, and I did play this, when I'm looking for the best possible setups, and you only need just a few trades. So get your no more than 4 trades per day. And if you get a decent winner, you call it quits. Like, I'm basically looking and waiting for that decent winner, and then I'm gonna definitely call it quits. I'm gonna log out and move on to the next day and wait. So that is exactly what I did yesterday. I bought this dip here, came into the fair value gap, had my stop below this fair value gap and never hit there. I looked for just a decent winner. I could have made a lot more than what I actually made, but it wasn't a part of my plan to trade all day. I was just taking my profit because you just never know what's going to happen. So I made just a little tad. I think it was $698, so almost $700 in that trade, and I called it quits. I logged out. So this New York session kill zone area, it basically draws it out for you, so you can see that this was the best time to trade per the ICT method, in my opinion, from what I have researched so far. Definitely I have his 2022 mentorship in the playlist below. Just hit more and it's the very bottom. You can't miss it. So let's go to another day and see. And obviously you're not going to get fair value gaps, but I just want to give you a for instance. So here is Thursday the 29th. Okay, and this is here's 8 o'clock. This is the 3-minute chart still, and you could essentially just use the 3-minute chart. So 8:30, there must have been some kind of news or something going on, but you're not going to. This indicator is not going to show you because we are so further ahead. But look at how legendary this is. So you have this move, you have 3 big green, decent sized green candles, and you just keep forming, and then you look for, not forming, but you look for fair value gaps within those candles, and then you would look for price to come back into these areas, and you would look for basically buying the dip. So this one right here, it's fairly small, but we can go to the 5 minute, and let's see. Really, dude, wish I would just, why did it do that? Now I don't remember what day it was. Yeah, that's Thursday the 5th. It was it's over here. Yeah, because I already started these. So let's look at the 5 minute. Maybe we'll get a better one. Oh, okay, this one on the 5 minute is actually so much cleaner. So that's what we're gonna do. Sometimes you wanna look at all your, you wanna go from, you wanna look at the daily, you wanna look at the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 50, look at all of them, look for fair value gaps. But I like to use the 5 minute and the 3 minute and the 1 minute the most, because I'm just looking for clean, just quick setups so I can just make my few trades in the day and move on. So here's the 5 minute, comes even still, there's this fair value gap there. Price comes all the way down to the top of this fair value gap. That's where you could have got anywhere inside here, but you would definitely want to put your stop at the low. I would even say here, which would be a big stop. Like that's a big one, but you only need one contract. Yes, you would be down a couple $100, or you could wait. You know, you can just simply wait. I personally would have waited until the 9:30 open. I would have missed this, but as long as we stayed above this fair value gap, I would have bought in. I would have bought in for this, definitely this breakout. So here's 9:35, and you can just see that the market is nice and bullish. We never got below this area or even this area, so I definitely would have gotten in anywhere inside of here, and just put my stops below here, below this fair value gap. And look at that, that's a nice move. That's like a 30+ point move. That would have been legendary. Look at the time zone, look at this, it's from 8:30 to 11. So we don't trade after 11. That's when the market gets a little bit strange. It's almost lunchtime. So let's go look at another day. Let's go even further back, and we're just gonna keep it on the 5 minute. Let's go way further back, just so we don't have any kind of memory. Ooh, look at this. This big news happened this day. So price, like here's 8:30. There's some kind of news. This is probably either CPI, or what day is the 13th? It probably was CPI or something like that, or PMI. And then market rips, massive candle, comes selling down. What do you see? You see 1, 2, 3. 3 red candles, and then you're going to look for fair value gaps in them. So what does price do? It comes back into this fair value gap. This ICT LM indicator would have shown that to you, and then you technically want to go to the high of this candle. So you would want to put your stop up above here, give it some wiggle room. So you would go short in this area, you put your stop a little bit above here, give it some wiggle room. That wouldn't have been that bad. And then you play the rundown. So, and then what do you see here as well? And then you see another, it just keeps, the selling pressure is real. So we have another fair value gap right here from the bottom of this candle and the top of this candle. It's the wick that I use. I don't use the body actually. So, and I don't think ICT does any either. And we never quite, we get in it a little bit here. So perfect entry. You would still have your stop up here, up above this fair value gap, and give it a little bit of wiggle room, because you will see sometimes they will fail, right? These fair value gaps aren't going to work every single time, but look at what time it is. It's from 8:30 until 11, 12, but we don't trade until 11 or 12. I don't. I would already been done for the day. And then look at this, another legend. This is just a lot of selling pressure this day. So you just what I'm just trying to tell you is you got to be patient. Only look for a couple trades. Use this indicator to help you find some fair value gaps if you're struggling to find them. And obviously, I would 100% agree that you need to go watch that 2022 ICT mentorship. So definitely watch that. It'll help you. I'm still not done with it. I have a long way to go. I follow him on Twitter. He's throwing out a lot of good free knowledge right now. So I would do all that. But look at just a couple trades per day. That's all you need, right? So let's go a little bit further back. Let's go to the day before here. So see if we can find anything. So here is 8:30. Oof, this price action today, or this day, does not look very good. This actually looks nasty. You don't get any moves until 11 o'clock. So that is a little sketch in itself, and just not like very clean. Let's go down to, I'm gonna miss it. What day is this? Monday, December 12th. So let's go down to 1 minute. Let me see if I can go find December 12th real fast. I wish there was an easier way to find it, because I do want to go back to that day and see if anything looks more appealing. Is that as far as it's going to go? Yeah, that must be as far as it's going to go. Anyway, so let's go to this. Oh, this day looks very interesting. So who knows what's going on? Here's 8:30. It's a Tuesday, and this is 8:30, and the market is selling off like crazy. Holy cow. So I remember this day. I actually played this day and I made a lot of money. So I can't really see anything in particular here. Obviously we are creating fair value gaps. You can see them right here. There's one. You could have went short there. You could have, and then, but look at this. Look at this nice. And I remember even making a video about it. This day was really nice. Here's 10 o'clock, and it's getting a little bit late in the day, but you know, when you see, I'm not the one to chase. When price is moving down, when price is moving down aggressively like this, I'm not going to chase it. You know, I'm not even really going to, you know, I'm just going to wait for the market to stabilize. Because when you see a big, massive move like this, you're going to see, and I've said this in other videos, you're going to see an aggressive move in the reverse direction. It's going to come. But this is legendary. Let's play right here. Boom. You bought in this, you bought right here, put your stop below here, and that is a massive, massive run up. So, and then you have this pretty large candle here, and multiple in a row, just all green, except for this little one there, comes into the fair value gap. You would have had a massive stop, but even still, you could have scalped this for 5-10 points. Boom, that's juicy. Those are the things that you need to look for. And don't just keep trading. Don't just take every trade that comes your way, right? You want to be really strict and follow, make yourself a set of rules. I have rules, and it's, obviously only trade between 8:30 and 11. Look for 3 to 4 good trades. If you have a nice trade, or if a nice trade comes your way, make that your last trade. Don't just keep trading. Look for a decent win and then be done for the day. That is how you're going to sustain those wins in your account and grow your account over a period of time. Just imagine if you're only making, say Monday you make 250, say Tuesday you make 500, and then just goes back and forth that way. And just look for a couple $100 a day. I'm telling you, either if it's on your own personal live account, if it's on a funded account, through a prop firm, even if it's just if you're trading options or stocks, it doesn't matter. Don't just keep trading all day long and you're just gonna wreck yourself. You're gonna wreck your account. So grab these indicators. They're pretty nice. Set yourself some rules, and see what happens. Definitely learn the ICT method. Watch his videos. It'll take you a long way. You will learn a lot. So that is basically it for me today. If you all have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and I'll do my best to go over them in a future video. And that's it. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye.